What Bryan Johnson gets right about. Most people spend their lives trying to avoid death. Bryan Johnson turned it into a full-time science experiment. Every meal measured, every organ tracked, every calorie calculated by algorithms and blood data. A man so obsessed with reversing aging that he built a system where artificial intelligence monitors his biology more closely than most hospitals monitor critically ill patients. To some people, he looks insane. To others, he may be the prototype for the future of humanity. But beneath the headlines, the viral routines, and the million-dollar anti-aging protocols, there's a darker question almost nobody is asking. What if Bryan Johnson isn't trying to live forever? What if he's trying to escape a system designed to make people age faster in the first place? Because while most of the world treats aging like an unavoidable law of nature, a growing number of scientists now believe something shocking. Aging may be programmable. And if that's true, then the modern lifestyle may be accelerating your biological death long before your heart ever stops beating. In the middle of the night, while most people are asleep, Bryan Johnson is being monitored by machines, his body temperature, his glucose levels, his sleep cycles, inflammation markers, heart performance, hormone responses. Every biological signal is tracked with almost obsessive precision, not because he's sick, because he's trying to slow aging itself. For years, humanity treated aging like gravity, inevitable, unstoppable, impossible to negotiate with. But Johnson believes aging is not just a natural process. He believes it's an engineering problem, and that single idea transformed him from a tech entrepreneur into one of the most controversial figures in modern longevity science. After selling his company Braintree for billions, Johnson redirected enormous amounts of his wealth into a project called Blueprint, a radical anti-aging protocol combining AI analysis, medical imaging, biomarker testing, strict nutrition systems, sleep optimization, and experimental longevity strategies. The internet immediately turned him into a spectacle. Headlines mocked the routines. People laughed at the measurements. Critics called it narcissism disguised as science. But behind the viral headlines, something important was happening. Johnson exposed a truth most people never think about. Modern humans know almost nothing about their own biology. Most people track their finances more carefully than their health. They notice engine problems in their cars, faster than inflammation in their own bodies. Johnson flipped that entirely. Instead of waiting for disease to appear, he treats the body like a constantly monitored system, using data to detect problems before symptoms arrive. And that idea is not science fiction anymore. AI-driven medicine is already changing healthcare. Machine learning systems can now analyze heart scans, detect cancer patterns, predict diabetic risk, monitor sleep disorders, and identify biological abnormalities earlier than traditional methods in certain cases. Some researchers even believe AI may eventually predict disease years before it becomes physically visible. That possibility changes everything, because longevity science is no longer focused only on extending lifespan. The real goal is extending health span, the number of years your body and brain remain functional, energetic, and cognitively sharp. And this is where Bryan Johnson gets something fundamentally right. Most modern healthcare systems are reactive. They wait for the damage, wait for symptoms, wait for diagnosis, wait for decline. Longevity science works differently. It asks, what if aging damage could be slowed before it accumulates? This idea is supported by a growing body of research around sleep quality, metabolic health, inflammation reduction, exercise, nutrition, cardiovascular fitness, and stress regulation, all factors strongly linked to biological aging. In many ways, Johnson's most powerful message isn't about expensive treatments at all. It's about systems, consistency, measurement, optimization. His daily routine is designed to reduce chaos inside the body. Ultra-processed foods are removed. Sleep becomes non-negotiable. Alcohol is minimized. Biomarkers are tracked continuously. Exercise is treated like medicine. None of these concepts are magic individually, but together, they create an environment where the body may age more slowly over time. And the science behind that is becoming harder to ignore. Researchers studying longevity pathways have identified mechanisms connected to aging itself, including inflammation, mitochondrial dysfunction, insulin resistance, oxidative stress, and cellular senescence. Many of the habits Johnson promotes target exactly those systems. But there's another reason his philosophy resonates so deeply online. Fear, not fear of death itself, fear of decay, because modern society normalized exhaustion. Brain fog became normal, poor sleep became normal, obesity became normal, low energy became normal. People started accepting slow biological decline as part of adulthood. Johnson rejects that entirely. And whether people admire him or ridicule him, he forced millions to confront an uncomfortable possibility. What if feeling normal in modern society is actually a symptom of widespread biological dysfunction? And that question led him into territory far darker than simple health optimization. The deeper Bryan Johnson went into longevity science, the more disturbing the pattern became. Nearly every system of modern life seemed optimized for short-term convenience, not long-term survival. Ultrally processed food engineered for addiction, endless blue light disrupting sleep cycles, chronic stress normalized as ambition, sedentary lifestyles packaged as success. In many ways, Johnson's experiment stopped being about anti-aging. It became a rebellion against the modern environment itself, because according to many longevity researchers, aging is not caused by one catastrophic event. It's the accumulation of invisible damage, tiny metabolic failures, chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, hormonal disruptions, sleep deprivation, day after day, year after year. And by the time symptoms appear, the biological decline may have already been progressing for decades. This is why Johnson's approach feels so radical to people. Not because he tracks biomarkers, not because he spends millions, but because he treats the body like something worth protecting before it breaks. That idea sounds obvious. Yet most people only intervene after disease appears, and this is where artificial intelligence may completely transform the future of human health. Systems are becoming increasingly capable of detecting patterns humans miss, subtle changes in heart rhythms, glucose variability, sleep quality, inflammatory markers, even early neurological decline. For the first time in history, humans may soon have technology capable of continuously watching the body in real time, not reacting to illness, predicting it. Some scientists believe this could fundamentally reshape medicine over the next few decades. Hospitals may become less focused on treating disease and more focused on preventing biological deterioration before symptoms emerge. In other words, the future of healthcare may look less like emergency medicine and more like constant biological optimization. But there's a darker side to all of this too, because the more people learn about longevity science, the more uncomfortable the questions become. If aging can be slowed, who gets access to that future? Will longevity become a luxury available only to billionaires and elite technologists? Will AI-powered health systems help humanity live longer, or simply widen the gap between optimized humans and everyone else? Those questions remain unanswered, but regardless of how extreme Bryan Johnson's methods may seem, he exposed something important. Human aging is no longer viewed as completely untouchable. For the first time, science is beginning to treat aging itself as a process that can potentially be influenced, slowed, and measured. Not immortality, not magic, but optimization. And maybe that's what Bryan Johnson truly gets right. The future of survival may not belong to the strongest people. It may belong to the people who understand their biology better than anyone else. So the real question isn't whether Bryan Johnson is crazy. The real question is, what happens if he's early? If this video made you rethink what aging really is, leave a comment with the one habit you think is silently destroying modern health. And if you want more dark, science-backed stories about AI, biohacking, and the hidden future of human longevity, subscribe now, because the next breakthrough may completely change what it means to grow.